Hello again and welcome to a new video. This is our late November 2018 BMW 420i Gran Coupe. This is the Xdrive model, so four-wheel drive, M Sport with the auto 8-speed ZF gearbox, which has paddle shift. The car's finished in mineral grey metallic. It's covered 22,800 miles approximately, with full main dealer service history. 2 owners in total. So we're going to take you around the car, point out some of the additional spec on this car. Now the car's been machine polished to a very high level. If I come in close, you'll notice just what a lovely gleam the bodywork has on it. It's both rotary polished and then also polished with an orbiting polishing head, which takes out any holograms from the first polish, which takes out all the scratches initially, and then finished, as I say, to bring this really lovely glossy finish. And the whole car's done. It's very time consuming, but the finished product speaks for itself basically. So I'm just going to bring you across. I'm going to point out any little stone chips. There's one tiny one just in the middle, just there. But if we just scan across the front there, let me just come around out of the light. It's in focus. You'll see that there's next to nothing on this bonnet. It's in absolutely beautiful condition. Nothing up there either, apart from a bit of fluff that's just fallen down. The windscreen as well is in really nice condition. It's not got peppering chips all over anything. It hasn't done a lot of miles, obviously. And I've just come down to the front. So you get front and rear parking sensors on this car. Got the LED lights. We've also fitted some black gloss grills. They're the double slat grills, like the M cars. We've got front fog lights down there. Very, very tiny. If I get this in focus, tiny little chip just there, which has been touched in. Try and get this, there we go. All the way around. Tiny little chip just on the front there, you can see. But all of the headlights, the lenses, they're in nice condition. They're not peppered at all. The lenses are nice and clean. We'll just come, in fact, we'll come up onto the roof next. So I'll come up here, just blow some, that's a bit of dust, or a little spider in fact. So no bird dropping stains up here. No marks in the paintwork, no scratches. I'll just show you the top of the boot lid as well. No scratches on there. Let's just come around this way with the light behind me. There we go. So this car has the M Sport Plus package on it. So with that package, you get the privacy glass at the back. You get the 19-inch 704 alloy wheels with M Sport brakes and calipers, which are a slightly larger brake and pad and disc than the standard ones, so better braking. Now this car has also got the BMW approved Pirelli P0 run flats, probably the dearer of all the run flat tyres that you can fit, and they're like new all the way round, which is always good to have tyres of similar tread all the way around with any four-wheel drive, so that the drive shafts going into the transfer box are rotating very similar speeds. You don't want to fit new tyres on a car and leave quite old tyres at the other end, because that will affect the four-wheel drive unit. So let's just make our way round. The black gloss grills really finish the car, because you've got a lot of black gloss trim, you know, the air vents down on the side here. Just bring you down. Let's see if I can come in. I've got a new camera, so I've got to go a bit gentle because I'm not used to it. There we go. I don't want to go too fast. I'll just come out, show you this rear wheel as well. So all the wheels are in really nice condition, no damage. Also all up round the filler cap here, there's no scratches to the bodywork. All the door edges, all around the driver door handle, again, all in lovely condition. All of the black gloss trim in between the windows has been machine polished as well. Just come in a little bit, there we go. And then if we look down the side of the car, you'll see that all the panels, whoa, let's get my balance, are nice and true. There's no ripples, there's no ding dents. If I can hold this steady enough. There we go. I'll bring you around and show you the other side actually. Just move around so you can see a bit more. So the bodywork all round is really, really nice. So let's take a look inside. So one of the other items you get with the M Sport Plus package is the Harman Kardon surround sound. So you get a bigger amplifier and 16 speakers in total. We've got the, I can't remember if this is oyster or ivory, this interior. It looks like the ivory. It's a little bit lighter, I think, than the oyster, which is a really nice contrast. Puddle lights just underneath. No damage on the door card. We've got the black gloss and pearl chrome finisher along the top of the door card there. All of the rubbers around the door opening are all in good condition. Lovely and clean in there. Original mats as well, all super clean. And then you've got the contrasting two different finishes in there, the black and the ivory. Contrasting stitching also on the leather with this dark, I think it's anthracite grey leather. Sorry, not leather, stitching. And the bolsters at the side of the seat are inflated by this little rocker switch. You've got height adjustment. You can adjust the angle of the base of the seat as well. You can always get very comfortable in these BMWs. Now, all of the black gloss trim in here has also been machine polished with a very clever and small little rotary polisher that we have. Got the iDrive wheel there. The Pro Media, which is all touchscreen. We'll show you more of that when we come round. We've got the LED lights under the door handles as well as the doors as well. Just check out the door card on the near side rear. And you can see the Harman Kardon speakers there in the door. No damage there. If we look around the door shuts, the seat belts haven't been jammed in between the door and done any damage. That's what you sometimes find. So all in lovely condition. If we look at the back of the front seats, there's no scuffing on there either. All the mats are there. There are no impressions on the leather or anything from child seats or anything like that. No stretch marks. Trying to keep this nice and steady. And the vents, let's see if we can gently zoom in. All in lovely condition. We've got centre armrest there, and of course these seats fold forward. It's a 60-40 split. The great thing about the Gran Coupe is how versatile it is with this big hatchback. We're going to use the key to open the boot. We've got rear camera on this car as well, which I'll show you when we go inside. Just wanted to show you just how clean our cars come up. Just trying to keep this all in focus. All the gullies are nice and clean. And if we look along the top of the back bumper here, there are no scratches on the paintwork or anything. The carpets, again, really nice condition. You've got the parcel shelf down here and one up there. I've already checked the top one. There's no marks on that either. And then if we lift up, we've got space under here to put any bits you want to leave in the car. Okay, so we can either close the boot with the button on there, or we can use the key fob and press and hold the boot button and it will automatically come down. I think while we're here, you see we've got the Xdrive badge there. Just want to try and come in at a better angle actually. All of the exhausts all been polished up, really nice and clean. If we look across the back bumper there, no damage at all. Oops, sorry. Okay, so round to the driver's side. Again, the door edges. Let's have a look inside. So checking out the door card. No damage, no scuff marks, beautifully clean under there as well. No scratches on the door handles. And then if we look round, all of the shut and the rubbers. I think the sun has just gone in slightly and it's so much easier with the camera. We struggle with so much light coming in through the skylights. All lovely and clean. Okay, onto the driver's door. So open up this one. Let's just turn those lights off for a second. And we've also got, what I remember, folding electric mirrors. So the mirrors will fold in. You can do this when you lock the car. If you press and hold the lock button, they'll fold in as well. Take a look down the side here, around, no damage there. And then all around here, there's a very, very light little scratch. The light's just, it's not even, it's just very light. Auto lights, front and rear fog lights as I mentioned. All the door rubbers. And the customer, I don't know if you can see it on here, but the puddle lights, it's actually got the BMW emblem. It's too light in the showroom, but they're BMW accessory ones from the accessory shop, and they're fitted as well. So when it's dark, you get the BMW emblem below both front doors. Now the driver's seat, all the bolsters, all in really nice condition. All down by the pedals. Before I get in, I'll give you a good view of the steering wheel. We've got speed limiter and cruise control on the left, and then voice control and all your different modes for the full black panel display, which comes up in the instrument cluster, which I will show you in a second. Just trying to pan around and show you what the center armrest there. So we'll jump in. I think it's probably easier to just start the car up. Someone's left the wipers on auto. Let's turn those off. Okay. God, Dan, I need a bit more room. Right, so the mileage, 22,818 miles. Let's just flip the lights onto auto and put the switch up so they're nice and bright. Now, as I was saying, you've got this mode button just here. When you use the mode button, this is called the full black panel display. This is all your DAB stations. Press the mode button again. You've got FM, AM. Music collection is the 80 gig hard drive that the car has. And I think that was the last one. Save stations, back to DAB. If you press the phone button, when your phone's connected, it will bring up the last dialed numbers as well, which you can scroll through. Now, as I say, this is the Pro Media, which is all touch screen. Now we can control it from the screen, there we go, or the iDrive wheel down here. Now, pressing these shortcut buttons more than once, so if I press menu, for example, press it again, it will show you different views. You can move these into different positions. We go into map. This is currently on what do they call this, satellite view, I think it's called. If you go into additional information, you've got the, okay, we can change it there, and then when we zoom in and out, it goes to that view as well, so you can have it a bit like Google Maps, I suppose. We go into destination to enter a new destination. Let's just turn the heating down, turn that fan down. Right, okay, so if we put an address in here, we can either use voice control or write with our finger on the top of the iDrive wheel. If you need to put a space in, if you do a line from left to right, space, it'll create the space for you as well. So we'll come out of there. If we go to maps, we've got the drop down menu on this side, all the little sub menus. Oh, didn't want that one, sorry. Next one, map views. So we've currently got perspective. Now, using these buttons here, these can be used for shortcuts for the windows that come up on the iDrive as well. And if we wanted, for example, in direction of travel, that's when you're looking straight down, we could then save that on number 7. You can save telephone numbers in these shortcut buttons as well. DAB channels, I mean, I personally find it easy just to flick through the DAB channels, so I'd use these mainly for these numbers down here for maybe telephone numbers and shortcuts to different screens. As you can see, we've got dual climate control, heated seats there, and also, in fact, I bet you it's on. If we go into my vehicle, into lighting, this is probably going to be on sport, which it is, which you can never see in the day, but if we put it on classic, you can now see the glow around that climate control panel. And that's all the LED lighting under there. It was on white before, you couldn't really see it. And you've also got the lighting up under the doors. So all of that, you have choice of sport, which is white, and classic, which is the traditional sort of ambery red colour. Through here, you can change all the door locks, the height of the tailgate if you've got a garage. If you flip over to here, comfort entry, that's how many times the doors need pressing, I believe, to open. So if you have got a garage and you're worried about it hitting the top, you can adjust the height of how far the boot will come up, like so. We'll leave it on maximum. Doors locking when you drive away, flashing when you come up to the car, speed warning, driver modes, vehicle tracking. Come down into the iDrive modes. This way you can change units and stuff. Let's just check that pop-ups is on. It is on. Basically, if you turn this off, when you go into Eco Pro or Sport, it doesn't display it up on this screen. So we'll leave that on so we can show you that. Notifications, sound, and let's put it on the Logic 7. I can't play the radio because YouTube will want to charge me for the rights for using music or something like that. Anyway, we'll come out of there. We'll go back in very quickly. Vehicle status, tyre pressures, measure your oil, service requirements. Brake fluid is not due till June 2023, another year. Oil has not long been done either. It's got another 16,000 miles. Vehicle check. Front pads, loads of miles left, and the rear ones as well. It's all up to date in there, and that'll be this is all the recorded history. Pre-delivery check, oil and microfilter. This will be a brake fluid change and a rear brake pads. And then the next one, big service, engine oil, microfilter. It's probably got spark plugs, so it's just had a big service as well not long ago. And then I think it's just had the front brake pads as well. So that was done at 20. Yeah, that was like just over not many miles away, was it? It was 1,600 miles, done in November. So all up to date in there. So here we have down here the 8-speed gearbox. Button on the side, pull it back into gear. You can go over to the left for sport mode or manual shift. Obviously got the paddles up on the top here, plus and minus. This is the settings for the drive modes, Eco Pro through to Sport Plus. So if we go Eco Pro, we can configure this, and you'll notice just down here, this is set with a 92% efficiency at 75 miles an hour. If you brought that down to say 60 miles an hour, with the price of fuel at the moment, you want to keep an eye on this. That brings the efficiency right up to 97%. Coasting, this allows the, when you come off the throttle, rather than getting engine braking, the car will just coast, almost like it's in neutral. If you take that off, look, it drops 10%. So that makes a big difference. You can come off the throttle a lot earlier coming up to roundabouts and junctions, and the car won't slow down as quickly, and that way you save fuel. And also down on this screen here, in the instrument cluster in the middle, it will tell you in blue how many more miles to the gallon you're getting from driving in that Eco Pro mode. Of course, there's a lot to talk about, isn't there? Right, next mode is comfort. Drive mode is comfort. That's a balanced setting, as you can see, throughout the car. Mainly throttle control and steering. And then we've got sport. We can bring up sport displays on here as well. You can change these into pounds per foot and brake horsepower. And then configure. Now this car doesn't have the adaptive suspension, so it's not going to adjust the suspension, but it will adjust in the different modes the way the engine performs in the steering. If you go one more forward, you get Sport Plus, and what that does is turns off half of the traction control. So you have dynamic traction control and you have DSC. This has turned off the dynamic traction control. Now there's a button just down here at the front. If you press and hold that, down where we've got the sport button, you'll see there it is, DSC. So that's the other traction control that it's turned off, the dynamic stability control. We've got four-wheel drive, so if you're caught in the snow, you would want some of the traction control turned off. It will tell you in the handbook to take it off, because it wants to allow the wheels to turn and not allow the brakes to come on and lock the wheels up. So I'll just show you around. We've got a USB in here, 12 volt. This is a blank because it's not a smoker's car. There's also another 12 volt up under here, so if you've got a laptop you want to charge separately, you can do. Media, you've got all your Bluetooth, and your phone's connected. You can have your Bluetooth streaming in here. Let's go over to the left. If I can get it over, there we go. Or your music collection, your phone, we'll take that one out. That's the preset effect. To take them out, it's really easy, unlike some of the other cars. You just come down to manage mobiles, come over to the right, delete device. Might as well take this one out as well. I think that might be mine actually. It's turned off. Right. So as you can see, the car's in really nice condition. We're going to take you out of the car now and show you under the bonnet. 2 pulls. And then we can just lift the bonnet up. It's all cleaned by hand under here. All of the gullies, oh sorry, not in focus. All the gullies down here are all hoovered out, it's taking the leaves out. You don't want to jet wash the leaves in there because you'll just create a load of sludge that will block the waterways up. So everything is done very methodically to make sure the cars go out at their best. They might not stay this clean forever, but it's nice when you're buying a car to have one that's been loved and pampered. I think so anyway. So this is the twin power turbo 2-litre engine. Now on this engine, the twin power relates to twin scroll turbo. So it's one turbo, but it has 2 intakes, which is much more efficient and more responsive. I believe this car is 181 brake horsepower, which I think is it's either 184 or 187 PS. The other measurement that you see, I think it's like a metric measurement. Don't really understand why we have to have so many different measurements, but there you go. So all lovely and clean under there, as it is up under there. So let's bring that down. So a great colour combination, in beautiful condition. We've got lots of finance options and we've got some fantastic warranties. You can take out extended warranties up to 4 years now. So if you're taking out a PCP and you want protection for the amount of time that your asset is on finance, so you don't get any, scary bills or anything like that, you can take out 4 years cover. On the extended warranties, you can go into the main dealers to have work carried out. They even cover oil seals and gaskets. They're hugely comprehensive. So if you've got any questions on that, please just give us a call and I'll go through that with you. So thanks for taking the time to watch the video, and hope to speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.